If you have a lot of credit card debt and you feel like you're drowning in it, then this video is for you. I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm just here to talk about credit cards and personal loans and all kinds of debt that you might have. What's up, YouTube? I'm Rick, and in today's video we're going to be talking about debt. So I'm just driving around, coming back from work, and I'm just gonna, talk a little bit about what it is and how you can take control of your financial situation in terms of credit card debt, car loans, student loan debt, personal loans. I don't know, it could be anything, just any kind of debt. The step is to realize that you have a problem, right? To figure out how much debt you're in and to stop ignoring it. Figure out how much money you owe and to who do you owe, the interest rates, everything like that. And I'm talking about everything: credit card debts, auto loans, student loans, personal loans. Any kind of debt. If you owe your buddy money, I'm even talking about that. Anything that charges you interest every month. That's what you need to focus on, and stop pretending that it's not there. Once you figured out how much credit card debt or how much debt you have in total, write it down, put it somewhere, save it, and let's make it your goal to completely pay it off. And step number 2 would be to save $500 to $1,000 worth of as an emergency fund. That way life doesn't kick you back where you are now. So I'm talking about like maybe car problems, a flat tire, I don't know, maybe they cut your hours at work, anything, like maybe your dog gets sick, or maybe you have a medical expense. It can be anything, really. Just make sure we get that emergency fund. $100 to $1,000 is perfect. Like that's I think anybody can save that. If you hustle and you do any kind of side work or something, Uber Eats or DoorDash, whatever you want to do, but just let's get intentional with this and let's save our first $500 to $1,000. So once you got in your emergency fund all figured out, you got everything, you're gonna want to start paying down your debt. So there's actually 2 strategies that you can do when paying down your debt. The first option would be a snowball effect. So that would be since you figured out how much debt you're in, so you would start with the smallest debt and start by paying that off first. It gives you a small win, and it gives you motivation every time you pay something off. It keeps you going pretty much. And option number 2 would be what most people would say is like the avalanche method. So that would be figuring out your highest debt first, paying that off. So tackling that first. So that makes the most sense in terms of money, right? So you're gonna get out of debt faster, but it's gonna feel a lot harder, and it's gonna feel a lot more stressful. And I honestly would not recommend this one. I would go ahead with option number, the first one, which is the snowball method, especially if you're just starting out. Snowball, so easy win. Every easy win that you can get as a beginner is motivation to keep going. Now, in terms of figuring out or finding ways to cut money, a lot of people fail in this kind of aspect because they try to cut everything all at once. and they're like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna cut my subscription to Netflix, I'm gonna cut my Hulu, I'm gonna cut my HBO Max, I'm gonna stop eating out and this and that, and they end up feeling miserable because they don't have the things that gave them joy, you know. So I want to tell you to take it easy, man. Don't stress yourself out. Don't go too fast, you know. Cut one thing at a time and start throwing it at your debt. You don't need a perfect budget, man. Like all you need is to get intentional with this, right? So you can either do one of two things: either cut up subscriptions, stop eating out less, or maybe that impulse buy that you do, like buying Starbucks or something like that. You know, maybe cut back on one a week, you know, and throw that into your debt and start paying your credit cards that way. You know, start building some momentum. So the next step would be to stop using your debt, your credit cards, to continue to fund your lifestyle, right? So stop using them all together. You don't want to keep digging yourself into a bigger hole. Leave those credit cards at home, cut them up, I don't know, do whatever you got to do so that way you're not using them. I know it's gonna suck for a little bit, but you're gonna have to get intentional with this. Once you started paying off your credit card debts and you're not adding anymore, I want you to just, you know, take it easy and actually celebrate any kind of win that you do. You know, if you paid off that $200 credit card that you had, you paid it off, you know, treat yourself to something nice, you know. Don't make it seem so miserable. You know, this journey that you're in is you're in it for the long haul, right? So you want to take it easy and don't feel bad about spending money. And getting out of debt isn't going to be easy, right? But it's the first step to your financial freedom, right? To get ahead in life, to start focusing on what matters to you. You know, if you don't want to go to work every day, you're able to skip work because you have that kind of freedom. You have that bank account balance that keeps going up because you don't have to pay down debt. So that's going to be it for today's video. I just wanted to come on here and, you know, talk about my version, my way of how I would do it. And let me know if this helped you out in any way. Drop a comment, you know, let me know, you know, if you want me to talk about a specific topic in a future video. I mean, don't hesitate to let me know. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, guys. Peace.